Hello again and welcome back to Aquatic Mo's channel. Today's focus is going to be my crayfish, my Florida crayfish, Arthur. I got him last year. He's been with me about almost 9 months now. And to be honest with you guys, he was somewhat of an impulse buy. He has gone through so many different tanks, it's not even funny. When I first bought him, I threw him in a little tub, and then I threw him into a 20 long, but that 20 long was shared with about a dozen or so yellowback shrimp that I got from Sergeant Tank. And crayfish, just like shrimp, they're scavengers. They don't actively like to go out and try to hunt anything. They are opportunistic, and because there were more shrimp in this tank than there was Arthur, he had to fight for his food. I've never seen him actually grab a shrimp. They just move way too fast for him. And I've never seen him eat even a dead shrimp that somehow just passed away in my tank. So he did pretty well with the shrimp, but I felt like he was kind of miserable. They were everywhere in that tank, everywhere. And I felt like he wasn't getting the privacy that he needed. So again, I moved him from his 20 long with those shrimp into his own little tank. Now the shrimp tank is doing just fine with the endlers in there. But let's focus on the update on his tank. So I'm out here sweaty and stinky in the fish room. And I was getting ready to feed Arthur, and I noticed the entire background of his tank came off. This is that insulated foam, and you can see him down there. I'm pretty sure he's loving it because it's added cover for him, but it literally, I tapped on the sides and the whole thing just came floating up, so it didn't adhere to the glass at all. I did do the prep where you're supposed to get some rubbing alcohol, clean off the sides of the aquarium and such, prep it for the insulated foam so it does adhere to the back of the glass, but it didn't work out in this case, and now it's just pretty much floating. So I gotta find a way to either take this out and just use what I have for cover, and then there's no background to this tank, or find a way to somehow get it to stay without disturbing him too much. But you can see he's loving it. Like he's completely enjoying himself. He's got more hiding cover. But I'm also in the middle of a water change, so I gotta figure this out, finish my water changes, and hopefully I can get it fixed. So I'm back, and I did what I could. Worst case scenario, I have to actually break down this tank and then re-silicone that background to the back of the glass. I'm really hoping I don't have to do that. But Arthur is a good sized crayfish, but crayfish can kind of squeeze themselves into very tight spaces. What I'm afraid of is he'll get to the back of that background, get himself stuck, and not be able to get out, and I won't be around to do anything about that. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the background. I do have some other PVC pipes that I can add for his hiding place. I do have the wood. It was a good project, and I really do love that background. It's just, this tank wasn't just for me to decorate or anything like that, or just, you know, have something nice in my fish room other than the scape tanks that are back there. This tank was designed for Arthur's needs, and as much as I know he loves crawling under that background, I'm just worried he's going to get hurt. He's actually over here in this corner. I think you can see his little claws, but I just don't want him to get hurt. I'll have to buy some more driftwood, mapani wood, just like that. Get him some more hiding places, add a background to this, to the outside of the glass, and hopefully it'll be alright. But for now, like I said, I do have plenty of PVC pipes for him to hide in. I know he's freaking out right now. I'm trying to do a water change also. I haven't done a water change in this tank, wow, I think since I set it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. And yeah, I was not planning on spending this much time in the morning in the fish room, but you know, things happen. So this is about a week or so later. I did have to remove that background. There is no way I could save it, unfortunately, without having to move Arthur again. But this is what his tank looks like for now. It's very boring, very bland, but it is what a crayfish needs, which is just one open area and plenty of hiding spaces. In his tank, he doesn't have very many tank mates. He has 3 little endlers in there. I have plenty of ram's horn snails in here as well. They're very healthy in this tank. And I also have a gigantic mystery snail. Mind you, that ram's horn snail is a pretty good size himself. But I do have this mystery snail that my son found in the licorice gourami tank. And of course, I have no idea how he ended up in there. I didn't add any new plants or anything. He just appeared one day. And that's it. That is Arthur's tank. It has plenty of different depths, plenty of different places to hide in here. His favorite place to hide is that mapani wood that's leaned over against that glass jar over there. I don't know what else to say. I tried really hard to make a nice tank for Arthur, and unfortunately it failed. I do want to revisit the idea of making another 3D background, but this time making it outside of the aquarium and then siliconing it to the aquarium. But right now I don't have the time or the funds to try that again. But for now, I think Arthur is just as happy as he was with the background and without it. But looking back at the shrimp tank, it's doing much better without Arthur, to be honest with you. I haven't seen a lot of babies like I did before, but I am seeing a lot more activity from the shrimp. I think it's the fact that Arthur kind of stomps around in the tank and it kind of stressed out the shrimp. So I think both of them are happy without each other, which I'm really, really glad. But of course, I do miss his 3D background. I really do miss that background. Like I said, it took a month for me to actually put that together, get it set up for him. I was just so busy trying to breed bettas and focus on selling fish and plants and such this summer and the beginning of spring that I couldn't really focus on that project. And to see it just completely flop on me is kind of disappointing, but I do want to try it again. I think it was a really nice first time background, and I think it really catered to Arthur's needs to hide and climb like he does. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of disappointing about what happened to his tank, but we'll have plenty of opportunities to try this again. I'll see you guys on the next one.